Good evening, my friends. It is the last day of May 31st, and it's another time for Ostriv, another live stream, hopefully a lot of fun and stuff in chat, and of course some nice gameplay. How's everybody doing today? Out here we are doing quite okay. It's not too warm. My office still a little bit, but it's manageable, and after the stream I'll just open up all the windows again to get rid of the last heat. But it is good weather today, 22 degrees max. It should be 18 or 19 outside now, and rest of the week should be nice. But lots more to talk about that later. For now, hello Cirrus, you are first. Welcome in. Hello Kevin. Hello Roadhog. I do see Vladimir is also here for us now. Hello Vladimir, how is everybody doing? Hope you all had a nice weekend so far. And that you all had some good stuff to do. Same old, same old. With holiday be blessed, Orthodox. Alright, blessed holiday. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Hope you enjoy. Did we already try to fit a house in here? I think we did. Yeah, that's not going to work out. So let's not do that. So, hope all my other friends are good too. And, well, we have a little bit of a village. I mean, this part of town already looks quite nice and cozy. Look at this. This is pretty nice. A nice friendly town. Trinity to Ypres to be precise. Aha. But yeah, this part of town looks nice. We have our farms. We have the cow sheds. And it might be time for some iron industry. Now, in order to get that, we need two things. An iron mine. And let's put it all the way in the corner. And we're going to need a smelter. Now, the problem will be people. How can we ever get people in there? And another issue is that the smelter will block off the river. So you have to make sure that the entrance point is not where you're blocking it. Now, you can find the entrance point by going to the edges of the river. And now we see that greenish blue blob there. That's the entrance point where ships will come in. So let's say we were to build the smelter here. We're blocking off the whole river, so never do that. Make sure you try and get it on the other side so that you're not just blocking off the whole river. Only problem here is it's all uneven terrain. I'm not so happy with that. Let's see if we can do something about that with the church. Probably not, but we can try. Because I kind of want a smelter somewhere out here so that it's relatively occupied. I know. Nah, it's going to remain uneven terrain. Although this can do, but then we have to remove a few trees. But that's okay. Then we get the smelter out there. And then it's just waiting for it to be built. Make sure that we have people that can reach it. And start working on our own iron for a little bit. That could be fun. But we'll see. Oh, good, just doing house stuff. Nice, Kev. Nice, Kev. Hope you had a nice day and hope the heat went away from England for a bit because you had some record temperatures, I read. So hope all is better now. Hello, Julie. Welcome in. How are you doing today? Hope you had a nice day. I did see your comment on my latest video, but I still have to respond. Probably do that somewhere tomorrow. Were we still moving this piece? I think so. Although we didn't really accommodate for the warehouses yet, although we thought about building one here, I believe, so that we can move all of this over there. So let's make that happen. Let's just build it right here. That's better. And then we have room here for another row of houses around it. I think that'll be good. Let's go to speed 2 for a bit. And then we'll see. It is always uneven terrain and river is too wide when you're replacing the smelter. Yeah, it's always one of those two. That's true. But hey, there are places where we can actually build. So, you know, we'll just have to play with the terrain a little bit. Now, I can already try and place a few houses here. Occupied. Let's change the outlook of the house. That should help. Probably not do a too tight corner. I think we placed this one a little bit too close. And that might be causing issues. So let's take it a little bit further out. like that. That gives us a bit more room for when we get a house with a porch and all, to also place that. And then we're going to accommodate for a few wells this time. So I'm going to leave some extra opening here. And that is where we're going to put in a nice looking well. So that we kind of incorporate that in the whole design here for the second row. That would be nice. Now I have to figure out dinner. What happened to your burgers? Isn't that like your dinner on Sundays? Thanks, today has been one of those days where many things have annoyed me. Chill and Ostriv. Much needed. Ah, I hope it was just little things annoying you and not big stuff, but... well, you can always share anything with us if you need to talk about it. But you probably just need to not think about it and have some more fun. Another ring, yes. Another ring of houses, that is. It's not going to be another ring. No way. Got married once, that's enough. Not going to do that again. Let's move the smelter one over. I want the warehouse done first. People being annoying. Isn't that what people are about usually? Being annoying. I need a break from thinking about drama. Yeah, don't think about it. Let's create some Ostriv drama. Let's make the economy collapse, or all the cows die, or something like that. I bet I can make a drama out of Ostriv. Okay, so they're trying to build the iron mine. All resources are collected. Still a lot need to come in, but they're bringing it. And then this might be the biggest issue with people. Look at how far we are away. So that might be the biggest issue. And then the smelters actually could be doable. I mean, we also got ladies in here, so can well work, but nah. Will be tough. However, this one is working out, so we can do apply to all now, because this one is also 2 years now. So next year, in the summer, we're going to get more dried fruits. Delete all the wells and see how quickly the cows die challenge. Yeah, the problem with deleting all the wells is that not only the cows are going to die, all the people are going to leave too. So maybe everybody had left before the cows died. That could be interesting. Making cows die is stealing content from wifey. That's true, that's true. That would be plagiarism. She's the one that lets the cows die, so I shouldn't do that. Should get some chickens then and let those die. Maybe that's something new, but can't let the cows die. Who let the cows die? Moo, moo, moo. Right, we need some more limestone. Oh, they're getting it. The fourth layer, 3,000 limestone needs to go in, so... That's the fun part of the challenge. Who dies first? The cows or the people? Well, the interesting thing in Ostriv is that people only die of old age or sickness. They don't die from either starvation or thirst. They will just leave your town. So that's actually an interesting thing in this game. That they won't die that way. They just leave, which of course makes sense because, you know, I was living in a town that didn't provide. I wouldn't wait there till I die. I would just go away. So it absolutely makes sense. Let's get the oxen in, or did we already do that? Oh, there's already oxen in, but we got more. Yay! Let's get the other one working too then. Let's just get started with 2 people. Can we get 2 people in? Or should we do another... Ooh, we're gonna do another plow first. That's better. That will speed up the farming for next year. That's better. Epic cover song. Ooh. Well, don't expect me to do more singing. I'm not that good. Hey, Cooper. Good to see you. Can take some time if you take the water from the river. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I kind of rarely take the water from the river, so... Right, we can sell salt soon. We have a bit in storage. We already have quite a bit in the town storage. Let's start putting salt in here and sell some. That can make us finally some extra money that I want. Salt. Let's sell 1,000. That will get us 100 money. Oh, we're only buying for 44, so this should generate a little bit of income for us. Nice. I'm thinking about a challenge run where you'd only allowed to build wells with bad quality water. That's too close to the river. Will they still drink it? I don't think so. Oh, they won't be using it as drinking water, so your town will just starve quickly. As far as I know. Made a decision. Some sausages on rolls for dinner tonight with some chili powder. Nice. Enjoy, enjoy, enjoy. All animals can use the river water. True, true. Hey, Stephen. Welcome in. How are you doing? Good evening to the UK Euro views. Afternoon to the US viewers. Yeah, and probably good morning to the people from Australia or New Zealand. Coming in from all over the world. Alright. Okay, they're building that warehouse now. Now, it's gonna be tricky to get somebody in here, but we can already at least set it up so that they can store a good amount of wood in here. That might be helpful. And then we can hope we can get a person in, but I highly, highly doubt it. Warehouse is ready. Perfect. Let's copy this one and put it in there. And then tell them to really make this one empty. See, they're coming to pick everything up. They're going to put it in here, hopefully. Then we can get rid of this one and we can finish the 4th row of houses. Yay, that's where... Ooh, whoa, that was fast. You can go out, lady. Wow, they emptied this out quickly. Alright, let's destroy. Ooh, well, there's people in there. These are working. We get more salt. Yeah, see, nobody's getting in there. They're all like, I'm not going to do that. If a well is too low, it will pop up message that water is not suitable for drinking. I believe you can actually build a well in a area where there's low quality water. You can still build it, but it won't be for the people to drink. So it will only be used for the animals. So if you only build low quality wells, then all your people will leave. So you probably won't get past your 9 starting families. Which I think is kind of a problem in this game. After the first year you're out of families. Might be a problem. I don't know, not sure. Maybe somebody came up with a solution, but... I don't see the solution. Although, people should be coming in with migration. If all is green. And then after a while they leave again. So they will all work for a little bit in your town and then they leave again. So I guess you can keep the town going with just 9 houses in the beginning. And then people just migrate in and out all the time. And they work for a few months and that's it. That'll be interesting. See how far you can get with an economy like that. Alright, work has started on the smelter. Everything is inbound. Even the last of the stones, nails, lots of wood. And then they can actually build the smelter. Now that is interesting. I don't think... We didn't build a cart shed already, did we? No. So we cannot do an express delivery yet. Good water has some Nemerov in it. Oh, that's not water anymore. It just looks like water. That is what I said. Not available for drinking. Exactly. I repeated you because you are wise. That's why. Okay, we're making cheese. Let's go over the markets for a second. This is okay. They're getting in the new stuff. These still have for sale. Although, see, a lot of it's already reserved. But yeah, they still have food in there, so we're okay. Ooh, I hear a messenger. Balaklia. Well, we're not going to buy any iron at the moment. And we're not going to buy anything else at the moment, so we're good. It's November now. Let's see, we produced 34,000 food. Pretty good. Last year, we produced 24,000 and we used 16,000. This year, we produced 34,000 and we used 20,000. So there is a growth in it, but the production grew faster. Nice. Great, all this talk of drinking. Now I want a proper drink. Ooh, what is a proper drink for you? That'll be interesting. Ooh, this one is filled up. Ooh, lots of buckwheat in here. Should probably Yeah, I'm not going to up these numbers too much. Maybe I need to get started on a second granary, or at least a temporary storage space. I don't know. As long as this one is filled up, they're not going to get a lot of stuff out. We do have a trader here that can buy some potatoes, so let's sell some of our potatoes. That might be a good option to get rid of some stuff. 2,000, let's go. Alright, 400 inbound. Yeah, let's tell them before they leave that they can come and buy 2,000 potatoes. Not sure if they'll actually come, but we'll try. Well, they will come, but not sure if they will all be available. We'll figure it out. Gonna depend on what I have available. Well, I don't know if you did any shopping lately, but if you did, you'll probably have some stuff available. Yeah, this one is also well filled. Let's get 2 people out of this one because they're not doing anything. Might have to kind of start a second part of town here somehow already. With some houses and a granary and all. Can be fun. Build a little small town here for the iron ore site to start working. There comes the snow. You know what? We're going to build a tiny town here. A teeny tiny town. There's the border. There's the farms. Let's see what we can do with this. Let's see. I can build a teeny tiny town. Let's set up 2 marketplaces. There we go. Might be giving it some transportation. So these are for the marketplaces. And then we'll also generate 2 for the actual building. I also might want to do one for the mine here, actually. Or maybe even 2. But let's start with 1 so that they can get carts for their wood for their stuff. And then here we can basically do the same as we did on the other side. Kind of make a small circle here. Should probably set out a an idea for the circle and then see. Question will be, can we fit 2 houses in here? Yes, looks like we can. Okay, I have to just move this one back slightly, then it will work. Okay, then we do the same on this side, kinda the same. Could also do a half circle town here, something like that. There we go. And this should be a spot for workers that can also work in here, but also in the farms and in these places. So this can be an interesting area. We can slowly develop this into something bigger. Let's give them 2 wells. Also need a spot to sit. Oh, I see we're talking about chemicals now. I have to read the chat soon, that's for sure. Let's put these down. There we go. And now we'll wait. No chemicals here, mate. No artificial sweeteners either. You know water is a chemical too? Wait till I start distilling. Well, you've been talking about it. And I read, Rodok, that a lot of the breweries in the Netherlands, like there's 5 or 6 a month that go bankrupt. And then they sell off all their stuff. So maybe there's like an auction somewhere where you can buy some good stuff that you need for your own brewing. Alright, let's sell some goods. Don't need iron ore yet, so let's wait with that. Selling some good shoes and charcoal. This will already make us 660. That'll get us almost back up to... It will actually get us back up to 2,000, so that's nice. Let's see what it is. I'm drinking ice-cold sugar-free cherry pop soda, and it's going down quicker than the Titanic. Nice. Nice. I'm just having water here. Almost back doing me pills and shanks. Take your time, Cirrus. Take your time. Then how is it sugar-free? Because surprise fructose is sugar too. It all depends on the actual laws that a country has, whether you can call it sugar-free or not. That's why a lot of things in the Netherlands now read no added sugar, because they were claiming a lot of stuff to be sugar-free while it just had fruit sugars in it, which is still just sugar, and if it comes into your body, it sees as it's sugar. There's no difference in just regular sugar from distilled stuff or just fruit sugars. Sugar is sugar for your body. It can't see what it came with. But it all depends on how you name it. 500 liters is still a bit too much for me right now. Well, you don't have to drink it in one night. And I bet you probably have a couple of friends that also want to drink, and then 500 liters isn't that much. Average weekend for you and Benny will already be 50 liters, so, you know, you can do it. Ooh, look at that, we got our first iron ore. Nice, we already got 2 people in there. Well, it won't work in the winter, so we can wait a bit, but we can also tell these to start stocking up. And we might as well set this up then. So that we can get the iron ore in here for them. And then they also need to uneven terrain, of course. Why is nothing flat out here? There we go. This should be one for iron. And then they also need a few charcoal pits, because they're going to need a lot of charcoal to run this business. Might as well do it like this. Need to leave room for... Oh no, there won't be another smelter here, because that is already uneven terrain. Alright, well, 2 charcoal pits for now will do. Let me just go to these and do apply to all for the pricing and for how they can be delivered, and then they should start filling it up. This is still working out. We're still getting iron ore in. I'm going to try and get one person to work in here to start filling it up a bit, and then in the spring we might get to work on the smelter, but not sure. It tastes good, Pat, you do. Yeah, well, you can taste it if it tastes good, but you know, sugar is still sugar. You might suffer the day after, but you have to do as much of it in as possible. Yeah, well, you know, I mostly just drink water or a bit of coffee or some of little one's lemonade, but then like really a weekend, so we only do a few drops in like a big can of water, and then we spread it out over a lot of glasses, so it's just that you slightly get a little bit of taste. Ooh, there's a little thing here. It is the winter weeds. It's already sown in. It will start growing in the spring. That's nice. All right, we need 2 workers in here. Oh, can't work in the winter. Well, that's okay. Let's get 2 workers in. Let's make sure he starts to pile things up. I guess this also needs 1 or 2 carts. That is something that we haven't provided yet. Can we provide a few carts here? Uneven terrain. Of course. How could I think that there wouldn't be any uneven terrain out here? Oh, man. I kind of want these to be straight, but that's gonna be a problem. Oh, well, we can. Okay, good. Back with my drink. Ooh, what did you get? A pink grapefruit flavored drink with some lemon soda. Oh, gin. Nice. Nice. Hope you enjoy. It was the gin that was flavored. I just mistyped, and yes, it would work well for sunshine. Nice. Not that I drink any alcohol, but probably nice. At my age, hangovers from both caffeine and booze take days to recover from. Oh, wow. So you have a big hangover in the weekend, and you use the rest of the week to get back on your feet again, and then, oh, the weekend started. Nice, let's do it again. Gin is overrated. I can take a bottle of vodka and go out in the forest and drink it and smell the tree needle not needed in taste. Gin is a depressing drink. Ah, so you had a day full of drama and now you're trying to get depressed with your drink. I don't know. Maybe not the wisest, but hey, it's up to you. But it's interesting, you now have those water bottles where you don't actually add flavor, you just add the taste to it, and then apparently it should taste like it, even if you only smell it. So yeah, that works well then, Coop, if you just go into the forest and smell the taste. It's very cheap. Oh, sorry, I thought Julie said it. I'm just trying to do too many things at one go. My mistake. I've never ever drank gin, so I don't know. I don't know. Somehow the whole word gin makes an elderly couple pop up that tries to drink it, so I don't know. Not for me. Ooh, the charcoal is ready. We already have some iron ore in it and loaded as well. So we're gonna get our own iron soon. Nice. Gin is just a British done version of Jenever, which is Dutch, and Patmos is living near the most famous stilling company. Yep. They even have Jenever parties. And my wife is actually from the Jenever town, but we rescued her and brought her into civilization where I live, so that's good. Keteleen. No, that's true, Stephen. Everybody should just drink what works for them and not let anybody else tell them otherwise. So, you know, if you like a drink that everybody hates, just drink it. You like it. Who cares what other people think? People will think something anyway, so you might as well just live your own life. It's the people's problem. They have a problem with you. I think I'm going to also put some buckwheat in here, because there's places that actually sell buckwheat. And we might be needing that, because we have 13,000 buckwheat. A lot more than we have potatoes, so that might be the last deal for the potatoes. But we'll see. And of course, a big thank you to everybody being here. That is so much appreciated. Thank you all so much. Hope you all enjoy. And of course, feel free to just lurk around if you want to do, but also if you want to chat. Most people don't bite. Some bark every now and then, but you can just ignore it. And of course, if you have questions about the game or about anything else, always feel free to ask. Either chat or I will try to answer your questions. We have some very knowledgeable people in chat with Ostriv, and I also know a little bit, so you know, you can always ask. If you ever is tired of Nemirov, you could consider to seek out some Zubrovka. Interesting. Back in my 20s, I absolutely loved Per Not, despite everyone telling me it was awful. I love Ain Seed, and getting drunk of it was a bonus. Nice. To be fair, I understand everyone else associated with gin, but it's Denmark. But in Denmark, it had a rebrand, and we have some fancy gins that do. Ah, well, you know, You don't even have to defend yourself, but it's nice that in Denmark they did that. But just drink whatever you like. So that sometime here in Eindhoven we'll go on a search. Ooh, nice. Be sure to only start drinking when you're home, Roadhog, because if it kicks in and you don't find the way home, you might be happy that you're home. I wasn't actually expecting that they could reach this building, but they did, which is so good, because we do get some good iron ore already. Halfway filled both, so that is pretty good. Or lose my phone. Yeah, exactly. It's the same vodka, but has added wiesengras. Nice. Sounds like bison grass, yeah. I have to say that cold, ice cold, almost freezing Russian vodka is very nice too. I don't know. Alright, well is up. Next house coming up, then another house. Then we're gonna get the extra granary here that will also relieve some of the farms with a lot of their crops, which is nice. We can use that. Should probably set up these marketplaces, so let's go with that. Buckwheat. Potatoes. Then what are we gonna put in it? Dried fruit. Dried fruit, that's also some good one. And then some firewood. And then in here, I guess clothing, because that's something that they will all need. Clothing, warm clothing, some shoes. And then maybe some cheese added. Yeah, that can work. Then we're gonna go to this one. Do apply to all and apply to all. Now the big question is, yep, there's already a lady in. And there's also a lady coming in. Now they're gonna walk all this way. Then they're gonna be like, oh, there's nothing in the market stall. And then they're gonna walk all the way back to get some of the food in. But it's okay, I don't mind. This guy's supplying resources. Is he supplying resources to a build site or gonna supply it to this? Oh, he's coming in with some wood, I think. Because this needs wood to function to keep the mine shafts going. Oh no, he's going to actually take iron ore here. Oh, nice. That should work out well. Almost freezing absent is good too. Why do a lot of booze need to be like very cold? Why is that like a thing with the alcohol, or does it have to do with the other ingredients in it? What makes it taste so good? But I think it goes with a lot of drinks, like also, you know, a really cold cola or something like that. It's usually nicer than when it's not cold. So what's it with the cold that makes it taste so good, apparently? Zubrovka, I always get the blade of grass stuck in my throat. The same as a spoon in tea. If it interferes, you can consider to take it out. Yeah, they never teach in Sweden to take stuff out. They just take it all in. Being cold or freezing changes the taste. Exactly, but why? Like, how does that work? How does it change the taste? Because apparently it does. Because, you know, for a lot of booze and cola and stuff, it tastes, for most people, nicer or better, or whatever word you want to use for that, when it's cold. But how does that work? What happens when you cool it that makes it taste different, and how does that work? It also makes swallowing it much easier on your throat. Oh, really? Does it make that easier? Wow. Didn't know that. Zubrovka has a nice earthy taste to it. Yeah, my garden too. Not eating it still, but, you know. How are we doing on the salt? We have 640 in store. We have 1,000 in here. I think both of our places here are well stocked. Yep, so that's all good. We can actually sell a bit of buckwheat here and another batch of salt, but we will run out if we do that. So I'm not going to run out. So we're just going to sell 500 now. I'm going to buy the hemp because we can just use the hemp. Also considering buying the textiles so we can make a bunch of clothing. That can really help to speed up the whole production of clothing. And then when we hit the max, everything else will go into threads and the fisheries can use it. So I'm going to buy that actually. And we're going to get a bit of extra warm clothing for later. It becomes more smooth and it is a great contrast as this comes in cold and warms as it is going down. Okay. Russian vodka, for example, is harsh on the throat at room temperatures, but cold freezing makes it easier to swallow. As for the flavor change, it activates being cold different areas of your palate. Ah, okay. My guess is the way the molecules interact with your tongue is affected by the temperature, as lower temperature makes atoms move slower, maybe? Not an expert or chemist disclaimer. Thanks, Stephen, that makes more sense. Well, usually the cold will make molecules go slower and also grouped tighter together, so it could well be that when you taste warm cola, it will be... I guess if you take a zip of cold cola, there will be more cola molecules in that single zip, so you maybe taste it better or something like that? I don't know. Hello, DMB Chemistry. Oh, wow, that's just perfect. We have a chemist here now. Nice, so we get the explanation. For carbonated drinks, more carbon dioxide dissolves at low temperatures, so the soda tastes more tangy and is more refreshing. Ah. So instead of it getting out of the drink, more and more will stay in it and dissolve in the actual drink. So when you get it in, you get more of that, and that gives you more tangy and more refreshing. Ah, good. Something to learn. Nice. Welcome in, by the way. That's perfect timing. Maybe you were here already a bit, but thanks so much for sharing your knowledge. That is very much appreciated. And as you are probably laughing about all the stuff I'm saying about this, which is probably all wrong, we're always eager to learn. This is cool. If vodka is harsh for your throat, it means the alcohol is of poor quality. Ah, okay. Oh, wow. Right, let's copy this list. Copy the resource list to this granary. So this can also start to stockpile that. Apply to all and apply to all. So that this one can now get ladies, but also people starting to fill it up, which will be helpful for the farm, because this farm is still pretty much full, yeah. And we need to get rid of some stuff. Interesting stuff. Who knew starting to talk about drinking alcohol would get us to learn something tonight? I like it. I always like to learn. Okay, we get some more iron ore in. And, yep, they're now making iron ore for us. Yay! We don't have to, we probably don't have to buy iron anymore, because we still have 1,000 with this 100. So, we are pretty good for now. Y'all are welcome. About time you build a potato distillery. A potato distillery. I don't think we have a potato distillery in here, do we? We can make horilka from wheat, and we can make beer from barley and hops, but we cannot make booze from potatoes in the game. But I don't know if that is something they originally did in Ukraine, because of course this revolves around the around an area in Ukraine, and most of the game is pretty historically accurate. So, you know, I don't know if this is if making booze from potatoes is something that they did. Town storage. Yeah, the town storage getting low on actual potatoes. So I'm going to release these potatoes so that they can use those too. Your denizens deserve a nice cold drink after work. Yeah, that's true, that's true. We have to start making some booze at some point. Well, at 300 people, we need a working tavern. Oh no, we need a church. We don't need a working tavern yet. So we might still hold off on it, but yeah. We're going to get it at some point. Trust me. Alright, they're going to build a few cart sheds now, and once those are done, we have carts out here too to help out with the jobs. As a young person on a Friday night, a bottle of Smirnoff, 1 liter of Coca-Cola and 12 Bayern beers, then you felt as you deserved on Saturday. Wow. That's a lot of booze. I always love the different topics here in chat. You're never gonna know where we're at. Yep, that's true. But always nice, always respectful, and always okay if people think differently. So that's what I love the most. We can just be us. And it's all good. Alright, farm is getting ready. All the fields nicely plowed. I'm happy with that. How are we doing with the oxen? We have a few bulls, so we could make another plow, at least one. And we can make 2 plows, so we can also give this farm plows now. So let's at least order them. Then tell these 2 to become oxen. Then we'll tell these 2 to become oxen. How is this one? Yeah, that's not ready. Alright, we can get 2 plows already for this one. That'll be helpful. Another single cart parking is ready. And let's link it up to the granary. Now they're going to build this one. And one more for this one, which will be helpful for the wood. Can we already get an extra worker in there? I don't know. Would love to see this little part of town being developed. And then we can do maybe another ring or something. We'll just see where it goes. As long as we're not building garden houses, all is good. Hey, Mike. Good to see you, my friend. How are you doing? Oh, just a grumpy grump. We may have a house if there's nothing wrong with inspections are done. Oh, nice. Congratulations. Well, hopefully everything is good. And that there will be no stuff coming up in the inspection. And hopefully you have a house. Very nice, Mike. Boost was made from anything available, but making it at large quantities is much cheaper and easy if you use malted grains or sugar beets. Ah, okay. Is that because they have more sugar in them or something like that, so it's easier to get it already? You just need too many potatoes, or why is it easier? As you know, I don't know much about it, so... For once, I look very civilized. Maybe you should stop talking then, Rodok, so we don't change our mind about you being civilized. Just joking. But I always had fun. At least my friends told me I had fun. They had fun watching you. Yeah, probably. I wish you could make the arc of houses like a rainbow. Like with different colors, or... I mean, this is kind of... If we go look at it like this would be the shape of a rainbow. There's just no pot of gold on either house, but, you know. It has the shape of a rainbow. Even on the map it looks like a rainbow. Very little a rainbow, but it looks like a rainbow. Well, maybe we can mod in a paint tool that you can give the roofs a different color. Ooh. We have 153 demand. That's not a lot. Alright, let's just sell about another batch of salt. I want more salt in town. Let's keep buying hemp so that we get more threads. Still have no threads available, so... We need more and more and more. Not a single cart parking is ready. Yay, that's good. That's gonna help the infrastructure. Now, I got a question from somebody in a comment about my other series, like, do you already notice a difference in transportation? Because we have that town focused on transportation. And it's actually quite hard to, in the beginning of the game, to really see a difference. Because right now, we didn't really focus on any transportation out here. We did give them cart parkings, but we didn't really link them or anything. And, well, here we did. But usually in the beginning of the game, you don't really struggle with transportation anyways, because everything will be relatively close. It gets harder when your town gets bigger, so I don't know if you can really notice the difference in terms of how well it goes or anything, but yeah, it's nice though. Ooh, they're gonna do another layer of charcoal, then we're gonna do one more layer of limestone, and then another batch of charcoal, and then we're done for Limeworks. And we'll be making our own lime, which will be great. But yeah, it is tough to really notice the difference. But I do like to have the extra carts on hand. It just feels like it's helpful. But you can never be too sure if it really is. But we have to take a look here. If we take a close look, we can see that this has 15 out of the 20 limited. Let's now do apply to all and apply to all. Because this already has 18. This has 10. So it might be time to move a few cows over. The only downside is I don't have a bull ready that is actually ready for reproduction. So I'm going to take 2 cows and put them in the next one. So that we have a little bit more room in this one for extra cows. And then once we get a bull of the right age, which is in 4 months, we're going to fill this cow shed too. That'll be helpful. Then we can start to work on filling our 4th cow shed. But yeah, I will write a response to that comment, of course. But it's hard to really notice, at least for me in the beginning of the game, because you know right now transportation works anyway. But I think the further we will get into the town, the bigger it gets, the more you will actually notice differences. Because the more you will be seeing that it actually pays off to have so many carts. And like already in this part of town, I don't really get a lot of notifications about carts. And if you remember my map, my historic town, or my somewhat historic town, I should say, it is, we got a lot of pop-ups about carts, even though we built quite a significant amount of carts, but we didn't really focus on it. And that actually had quite a lot of pop-ups about carts needed everywhere. The town still worked. We didn't run into issues with transportation, but people had to wait for carts every now and then. And that is, well, you can see right here, only 1 cart icon right now. And in the other town in the series, we also rarely get cart icons. So in that aspect, it does work. It does make it smooth. But if it's like really a big difference, I don't know. Probably is, but it's not really that easily measurable, I guess. Pride Month Ostriv mod. That would be a gold tier. Maybe one day. Well, modding is on the list of stuff to add, so you know. It's if it's in, we can probably do that. But yeah, a nice painting tool that we can paint roofs or whatever. That would be cool. Also, some form of, you know, house degradation or whatever. That you have to hire a few contractors to every now and then repair a house, and then they will get paid and all. You know, there's so much stuff that can be added in the game. Back in the Second World War, the Germans used potato-based alcohol to fuel their missiles, the V2 and its predecessor especially, and it was used until the mid-1950s by both the Russians and the US. Yeah, well, a lot of German scientists after the war were taken to the US, and it's Nazi Germans that actually built them the rockets to go to space, so makes sense that they take that knowledge with them too. Because starch from grain is easy to transform into sugar safely, and it's easy to extract sugar from sugar beets. From potatoes, it's easy for you to misstep and make mush poisons. Ah, okay. So it's basically safer to do it with, it's easier and safer to not use potatoes, because if you make a mistake, you have a big problem and it's easier to make that mistake. Interesting. Thanks for sharing. Except for the one time all the carts broke at once and there was not enough carpenters nor metal parts. Yeah, true. I mean, this game is already so good that it's very replayable and we can have a lot of fun with it. And still, there is so much potential in it. Like, there's so much more stuff that could be added to it and that can go in it and that can make it even better, I think. Although I am already really looking forward to the big update where, you know, we'll have to deal with giving them different types of food, not just 3 different types of food, but, you know, make sure that they have their carbs and they have their fibers and that they have their vitamins and all. So that'll be really interesting to see. And it will make the game a bit more complex, I think. But yeah, I'm looking forward to those ideas and see what comes with that. I mean, from what I've heard, there should be quite a few new buildings in the big update, so hopefully there is. Alright, 2 new families settled in. That might be time to now boost the iron mine production. But also see if we can boost this now. And you really get 450 iron in here already. Nice. One thing we need to not neglect though is our food supply. Because we might run into trouble if we don't keep up with demand. And there's other things in the game I wouldn't mind, you know, like that you have to build a well here and there for orchards to use every now and then, you know, not overdo it, not get, you know, that they need a constant water supply, but it would make sense that every now and then, you know, they have to water their trees a little bit or little things like that. And also for the farm, you know, that they sometimes have to, that you get like every now and then in a year you get a bit of a drought, and if you don't have water available you will lose a bit of your crops, things like that. Just to give it a little bit more variation. So it doesn't have to be regular and all, but you know, every now and then something might happen and you get the tools to fix it, but you know, I don't know, that's ideas I have. It is your responsibility to maintain your roof in good condition, and if it's not painted you can spot degradation of straw easy. It will cost fortune to paint a thatch roof. That's true, but it's also your responsibility to stay healthy and live a healthy life, and yet we still have doctors and all, you just pay for it. What's wrong with getting a contractor in town that actually does repair work for the people, but you know, they pay him. So you just build the building, and then, you know, if something breaks down in their house, they go to him and he comes in to repair. And then there's just a random chance every now and then something in a house will break down and they will need repairs and they go to the repair guy. I would love little things like that. Just don't overdo it, you know. Just don't have it that every 2 months 8 houses break down and you need like 6 guys to manage it all. And don't have to overdo it, but it's just small little added flavors. I don't know, I'm just, you know, excited about the game. Third house up and running. Nice. 260 people. 2,200 in the pocket. They're starting to fill this up. How's this farm now? It should be more empty. Yeah, okay. It is really emptying out. It's now halfway full. It was 2/3 full, so it is working. They could just do slightly better, but you know. Thanks for the links, Kevin. That is very much appreciated. But it happened a few times. I woke up in a bed I never been in, and an angry teen father chased me out of the house. The horrible not know where you are when you come out. Oh dear. Sounds like a Cooper story. Okay, we're still producing dried fish, so maybe... Or we're still producing normal fish. Maybe we should tell it to now only produce dried fish. So that we get rid of the regular fish. And we trade that off for dried fish. Because that won't spoil anymore. And that's better. Let's wait, because there's a batch of fish inbound until they've sold that. As soon as they run out, we can change it with regular fish. And this one should not store fish at all, because we're not selling it out here, so why would it store fish? This one could actually store a little bit of cheese. There we go. It will spawn mockery. Are you disabled or all to hire someone? Are you so vile that neighbors decline to help you? I don't know why. I think we'll just add something in the game. Apparently you don't agree. Well, that's okay. That's okay. How cool would it be if you could see little patches going bad in the roof, and then a guy comes and he fixes it. Nice. Right, another house up. Woo! It's going fast now, and we now have the 5 miners that I wanted. We only have 2 people in here, so this still needs a bit of work. But we'll get there. And these are the wells for these people. Maybe we should do the well first. Because now these people have to go very far for the drink of water. I'm still not providing them with anything else. So, you know, before they all get mad at me, I don't provide them with stuff. I might as well give them something. Why are you complaining about a cart? You have a cart here. It's literally standing in there. Okay. Oh well. It's fine. 2 smithies going, but with the extra iron we might as well get another smithy going. Produce some extra nails and all, because I think, yeah, we don't have a surplus of nails. We have no surplus of metal parts. Oh, it says we have 1,000 nails. Where are my nails then? 1,000 nails in here. Why aren't they getting in here? Ah, we didn't set this up. My mistake. Thought I had. Well, now I have. Ah, that's why these aren't making any extra nails. 93 metal parts. Okay, we have plenty. We have plenty. Not let Russians into the village. They are known for smoking and lit fire everywhere, and with thatch roof it could be a disaster for the village. Yep, if they're known for that stuff, then yeah. But apparently I shouldn't also allow Swedes in my village, because before I know it, I'll see them running from houses drunk in the morning. And I will get a way too high birth rate, so I'm also not allowing Swedes in my house then. Let's get that one ready. Ooh, yep, 2 harvests coming in now. That should be a lot of dried fruits. Perfect. How is this doing on the feet? Well, it's pretty good. It's not bad. Might be able to lower this to... should I lower it? Not really. How many fields do we have? We have 1 and 2 out here, I think. And 1. Oh no, we don't have that many. Might as well lower this to 5,000 and then also store some dried fruits in here. So that they can keep going with that. That might be a good one. Not in the morning, but maybe the evening before. I just don't let them into the town. That might be better. Touché. Yep. Because it wasn't done, so you didn't hire anyone to fix your roof. You could ask your neighbor for help as long as you helped them later or earlier. It was okay. It was called Toloka. Ah, okay. See, now you're actually explaining it. Okay, so historically you didn't have people to do those kind of jobs. You were supposed to do everything yourself, or, you know, with your neighbors and all. Okay, interesting. Then we're not going to get any stuff like degradation and all in the game, because it should be historically accurate. But people shouldn't also mock each other, because if they do, I'll kick them out of my town. No mockery in my town. Just behave. Let's add 2 people to the build crew if we can. We still have men looking for a job. I wish there was a button where you could just click on unemployment and then, you know, get to see which people are actually unemployed, so that you can quickly see who is. And then is there an overlay for that? I don't think so, because then you can really see, okay, these guys are unemployed, so let's get them to, like in Foundation, you can pop up the menu and then you can click a certain villager so that you can see what they are doing and whether they are unemployed or not. Sometimes I would like that in Ostriv too. Sorry, so that you can clearly see who is without a job, and if it's a permanent problem because, you know, he just lives too far, then you can fix it. That would be nice. Although I do like the system where you don't have full control over where people work and all. Like in Foundation, you just put people in a building and that's it. Here, it's dynamic, so they might even switch jobs if they find a better job or a closer job or a better paying job. I like that a lot about this game. It's so cool. Okay, we got the first well running. Getting close to 300 people. That's when we're gonna need the church. So we need to figure out where the church goes. Could build the church somewhere here and then build all the row houses around it, but I don't know. I'm not sure yet. I don't know if this game's specific or just something about the villages I had in one of my towns, but people refused to work at all until certain jobs became available and they took those jobs. Really? Because usually if they refuse to work, they are too rich. Not enough workers. Oh, man, get a worker in. I rarely don't see people, or I rarely see people that don't want to work. I usually see people that don't want to work if they get too rich. So, you know, if their income gets slumber above 100, they might refuse to work for a while until their income becomes too low again. And then they might just, you know, get to work again. So, but I've never seen them waiting for a specific job. But Cooper has a lot more hours in the game, so maybe he can say something wise about that. Well, you know, if it's nice and friendly mockery in a good way, then I'm all for it. But, you know, if I am, for whatever reason, not able to fix my own house and people start mocking me about it, ask me if I'm elderly or disabled, then, you know, get out of my town. I was using your tax settings. Nobody with more than 40, but they refused any employment at all, including laborers. Did you also give them a proper wage? Because if you set this too low, they will also refuse to work. So if this is somewhere like below 90 or something, they will actually refuse to work and they will not do it. Exactly my numbers. I don't know. I mean, you see the numbers and you see that it doesn't happen. So it almost sounds a bit like a bug then, because, you know, they should just work. Now, it can happen sometimes, especially in between updates, that things kind of get a little bit reset or something, but I don't know. It's interesting though. Is it fixed now, or do you still have it? Or do you still have that town where the problem is? Okay, the last of the houses here gets built. Then we're gonna get the orchard, the stone quarry, or the stone storage for the iron ore. And 2 carts, and then hopefully 800 iron already. We might be getting in the point where we can sell some iron soon. That'll be good. I never tease, I always behave. I am well-mannered. It wasn't an issue once I created those specific jobs. No, sadly, I moved on and leave. Ah, okay. Well, no problem. But sometimes, you know, and that goes for everybody, if you really run into an issue and you're like, wow, what's this? I don't know, can I fix it? You can always just send me a DM in the Discord or whatever and send me your save file. Then I can take a look at it, see with what I know about the game, if it's something that we can fix or whether it's a bug report, and then I can file a bug report. But sometimes it's either something that is overlooked or... you know, and then, you know, all together we can help out each other, and you don't really have to start over a new town if we can fix it, so. Yeah, I think a 4th layer of houses will be nice. And I like the, whose idea was it? I think it was Julie's idea last time to try and do a spiral town. So just spiral outwards and then see how far we can get, how long we can make it. And maybe we can even put all the industries, like the clothing industries, in the spiral. So we'll just build a nice spiral town. And then, of course, on the outskirts we can do the farms and all. But then in the middle we can just make a big spiral and see how big the spiral can be with a lot of buildings in it. That could be interesting, actually. Gonna be tough with the farms, but most other buildings can actually get into the spiral. So that could be interesting. I remember in the Bronze Age, mace to the face was a very polite way to settle a dispute. Mace to the face. Ouch! Well, you know, in that time, facelifts were still free. You would just get a mace in the face, and you look totally different. I was thinking of installing Dawn of Man again, but I've never had much success in that game either. Really? Oh, you should really take Dawn of Man. It's so good. I love Dawn of Man. It's a very good game. They're actually making a new planet-based game, Planet-based 2, which is from the same developer. And they're trying to combine Planet-based 1, where you basically build a colony on a planet, but they're taking mechanics and stuff from Dawn of Man. So they're merging it into one, and then with better graphics and all. I'm looking forward to that game too, because it looks promising. And but Dawn of Man is so good. I actually have videos on my channel about a run that I did. It's so cool. And if you have questions about the game, you can just ask. But it's such a nice game once you get the hang of it. I don't think I can take credit for that idea, but I love it. Or I just forgot. I think you were the one after, like, we had the second or the third, or we were working on the third row. You said it kind of looked like a spiral. And then I got the idea from that, you know, to try and maybe once do a spiral town. So it kind of is your idea. Maybe not set it in such a way, but it is your idea, so... You can take all credit. That's fine. Let's see. Is our bull of age now? This one is not, but it's not the right one. It is 1 year old. Yes. Okay. So we have the ladies in here. Let's start moving over some animals. At least we have one bull now. Let's get a few cows in there. 1, 2, 3. And then this one is 16. So we'll do 1, 2. How many does this have? 15. We'll do 1, 2. And then this one should have quite a few animals in it too. And then we can make both more milk soon, but also get more animals. Yay! Install it again. I haven't uninstalled it ever. Ah, nice, nice. Well, I do rotate games sometimes, so sometimes I do install some stuff. Otherwise, I have too many games on my computer. But Dawn of Man is a very good game. I can really recommend it. Mace face, the Bronze Age version of a brace face. Yeah. My teeth are all wrong. Oh, come here. Bang with the mace. Now your teeth are all gone. But hey, they're not standing in the wrong direction anymore. You just don't have teeth anymore. Oh yeah, you also compared it to a dream catcher. That's true, that's true. That's true. But I think you also said something about it, but I don't know. I do a fresh install of Windows. I know, every 6 months or so, just to keep my machines fresh and running as optimal as possible. Nice. I should really do a reinstall probably too, but I'm too lazy for that. Would be good though, after the summer break or whatever, to get a bit of reinstall, but I don't know. Ooh, I think if we move these 6 apples, the problem is... Oh, maybe if we really make it empty, they will make it to this one. Yep, they'll do it. And then they can make 1 extra batch of dried fruits. Or at least they should be able to. I think, because I think they need 25 or 30, so it's either one. Stop emptying. Is it 30? I thought it was 25. It doesn't say in here. Okay, well she's working, so she's not going to do it right now. Guess it's 30. Well, at least the apples will stay good for 18 months. So for another run. So by the next harvest, they can actually use those apples. And we're out of a worker again. Why are they always leaving that? Well, yeah, it's a smart move to do a fresh install every now and then. So that's good. All right, 3 more houses inbound. These are really storing the iron ore here now. I should now tell this one to hold... iron ore, and I think we should probably get a cart shed soon, so that we can do some manual transportation between the two. That might be good. Or you can sell apples at the market. Yeah, that's true, but they remain good for now. They won't spoil in 18 months, so we can use these for the next harvest. And we are already doing the dried fruits, but I like to have dried fruits instead of real apples, because, you know, dried fruits are better for preservation. Ah, the Dawn of Men playlist. Wow, you're so quick, Kev. Thank you so much. Okay, it's time to improve our transportation system with a cart shed. Our very, very first cart shed. Well, can probably go somewhere here. Pretty central in town. Yeah, I like it. Still need some limestone, but they're still gathering it, so that's good. And of course we have an unlimited amount of limestone on this side of the map, right over there, so that's good. Are they actually doing this first? Because, you know, then we can get rid of these deposits, but I don't think they are. Let's prioritize it, get this out of the way. Why? I don't know, just want it out of the way. I gotta get it out of the way. Just use OOSU10 and Win Arrow Tweaker. It saves you a lot of work. What does that do then, Rodok? I have both, but I prefer to do reformat regardless. What do those two programs do, Rodok? Maybe I can use those. Have it, I suppose, from a time before those existed. Ah. Okay, so we did a well here, then we will 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 houses. So it might be time for another well. This time we'll do a stone well in here. And we might actually put in 2 trees next to it just for fun. There we go. How are we doing? Still have some people looking for a job, so we're still good on laborers and all. Farms is good. This farm is all done. It's not even the end of September. This farm is getting there and it's hiring a lot of people, so that works out nicely too. That's all not bad. Oh wow, 5,000 now. Everybody makes their own choices. Exactly. Can I explain those to you in a powwow? Oh, yep. Thank you. But 98 Vista XP, it was a must. I guess. Okay, let's see. Link this one up. 900 iron already. Very nice. There's just nobody picking it up. Is this one full then? No. Yeah, we really need that cart shed for some special deliveries. Probably use it for construction and special deliveries. That might be good. Oh, they're bringing a lot of resources there already. However, let's stop. Let's build the cart shed first. New family arrived. 285. Okay, people. Give me some suggestions on where the church should go. We have to build the church. I'm not going to do it in the middle of town because that's what I usually do. I want to do it somewhere different. So what we could do is place it somewhere here and then build our row houses all around it, because I also want to do a big circle or whatever of row houses, or maybe a kind of wonky shape with the row houses. We could also just, you know, make a nice spot for it somewhere here or somewhere here, but I don't know about that. This could be an okay spot. We could also, you know, maybe do it somewhere out here, but we have to build some bridges so that people can easily get to it because they need to go to church. So yeah, where could I get my church? I'll keep this view up for a bit so that you can respond and let me know. I'll take a sip from my drink and read chat. I do think a complete reformat and reinstall can work wonders, Stephen. That's very sure. But, you know, it kind of depends on what you do with it. Whether you have to do that every 6 months or, you know, just every once a year or... The church graveyard should be near that full storage building. Ah, that full storage building. This one? I don't know which full storage building you mean, actually, but... On the forested hill, right here. Somewhere out here in the forest. So it will be very... Oh, the icon cleared. There was a full... Oh, I didn't see. I was reading the chat, so I didn't see the full icon. But if it was full... Well, that one isn't full. I can just go over my warehouses and see which ones are full or almost full. Ah, this one. This one is full. So that might be one. That's actually the only one close to being full. So it was the one near the thatchery. So it should go somewhere here then, I guess. Okay. It will be interesting to see how you are going to solve the food issue for the row houses. Yeah, well, we're going to need to build a lot of farms, that's for sure. Okay, let me quickly order the carts already. And supply for construction when they're ready. On the forested hill, about the church in the forest on the hill to the southeast of the center. So somewhere here, yeah. And then, should I, like, no, the forestry to the northwest? Oh, this one. Okay. So the forestry. So somewhere here or somewhere here. Oh, you know, both are interesting options. Can also build 2 churches so we can get, like, a big church fight in town. If we do it here, it will be more central for this. But of course, if we do it out here, we also have a lot of room for the graveyard. And also, they both have their merits. Thinking I must. Well, this would make the most sense in terms of both little towns being connected with the church. Out here would be pretty cool, I think. Yeah. We can just start by building a church somewhere here. Somewhere in the middle of the forest. That'll be fun. We're not going to remove any trees. We'll just build the church and then later on we'll deal with whatever comes here. Okay, let me check the town. It should be centered towards the middle of the town. So that it kind of gives a line off. Alright, there we go. There goes the church. They still need to chop a few trees for it, but there comes the church. Thanks for the tips. Can you have more than one church? Yes, so we can build another one. We can build another one. A forest church. The Church of the Divine Forest. I guess it will be a bit weird though when the pastor comes running out of the church saying, "Don't touch my tree trunk." It'll be a bit weird, but you know, I'll leave that to your imagination. Ah, we have a orchard ready. Good. Apples, please. All the rest will just spoil anyways. No. No. I did it all wrong. Apply to all. That's better. Now they will get ladies in. And now I will still have to fix this. There we go. Apply to all. Only one is needed, but this one needs 5 to do the planting. The Huggers Church. Yay. Yep. You're the biggest hugger of us all, Road Dog, so church especially for you. Ooh, they're catchy. Let's sell some charcoal, buckwheat, shoes. Nice. Should we buy a bit of leather? Well, we're not making leather yet, so yeah, let's buy a bit of extra leather. Love how you became slightly friends when you said I did it all wrong. Oh, did I? Well, I don't even know those things about myself. But nice, I enjoy myself. Oh, sacre bleu! I made a little mistake here. Oh, no, I didn't. Why are they not filling this place up? It's a bit weird. Alright, we're not getting the carts in. Where's my cart? Right, how is he not working? Oh, he is. Just needed a bit of wood. Okay. Okay. I think we're still needing a few more hands around town. Guess my hours in Ostriv. The closest wins a kiss with Christmas. Oh, I'm gonna guess wrong. Your new housing needs well, doesn't it? The ones over here, you mean? There are 2 wells here, 2 stone wells, and they're all full. So I think these have okay water. They have food, yes. So I think these are good for now. And yeah, we don't need another well yet. It is Orthodox Church, so it is the Church of Saint Phosius or the Church of Tryphon the Martyr. Okay. This is the Church of the Holy Oak. Because, you know, I don't know. Ooh, food issues. Uh-oh. Well, there is food on the market, so I should just be buying it. We should change this out for dried fish. That might help, because we might have quite a bit of dried fish now. And since we have a lot of people living here and only 4 market stalls, we might just increase the amount of market stalls here and there. Just to make sure that they can all come in and buy stuff. Yeah, it shouldn't be placed in front of that well. I think this is a good list. But we cannot copy it, so, you know, buckwheat, flour, potatoes, and dried fruit. Then apply to all, and apply to all, and now these can get it. Could be that this one, yeah, this one is pretty good supplied, so that is not the issue. Although we didn't supply dried fish yet. My mistake. Hey, Clifford! Welcome in. Good to see you. How are you doing today? Blasphemy. What lol. Church of the Morning Wood. It's not a Swedish church, Cooper. I'd call it the Church of the Morning Chase, but hope you're all doing good. I'm doing fine, thank you very much. So is little one and wifey. Wifey had a kind of an afternoon, evening off with a friend. She went away. I was home with little one. I made some chicken soup. And we had fun, and she went to bed, sleeping very quickly, so that's good. And now, in the Netherlands, we have a thing called the avondvierdaagse, which, if you translate into English, it'll be the evening 4 days, which makes no sense, of course. But it's a walking event. It's not everywhere at the same time, but it's all around the country. And then 4 days in a row, in the evening, you walk a certain distance. Usually you can choose between 5 kilometers or 10 kilometers with your kid. And then in our case, we do it with the school. And then we just have a fun experience. We walk, and it's nice. And that's this week. So the next 4 days in the evening, I'll be walking with little one. And we're doing the 5K. It's her first time. I already did, when I was young, we did a 10K. And then I kept doing that for a long time. So I finished 25 full runs. And I'm gonna tag along with little one and have fun with her and her classmates and schoolmates to do the avondvierdaagse. So that should be nice. So yeah, she went to bed a bit early because she was already tired and she really wanted to have a good sleep to be prepared for tomorrow. Because we start walking at 6:15, something like that. So it'll be like an hour 15 minutes walk every night. And usually she goes to bed quite early, so it'll be a little bit past her bedtime. 4 nights in a row, so hopefully all goes well. It should be okay. We actually have 1,000 threads now. That is good news. That means that we can have plenty of fishing nets. After they finish all the dried fish, of course. My time in Ostriv is 4,154 hours. Wow, wow, wow. It was Mother's Day in my country today, so it was with the family. Nice, nice. Happy Mother's Day then. We had Mother's Day almost a month ago. But nice, nice. Hey, PSV, welcome in. Good to see you. How are you doing? How's the missus doing? Hope you're good. No cart uses for delivery. Oh, maybe we can hook up a cart to this one. That might be good. Let's do that. Might actually give this 2 cart parkings though. Just to make sure that it has enough carts to be supplied. But, you know, 1 is already something. Let's start with 1. Oh, and they're building the church already. The Church of the Holy Oak. There it comes. Hello, church. How's your workers and resources going, PSV? Or are you playing something else now? You know, I remember when I could sleep for 10 hours straight through. These days I have to pee 4 times a night. Sometimes you even get out of bed. Nice. Well, I'm not that old yet. I mean, I go to the toilet as soon as I wake up in the morning, but I can still last a good night, so I'm happy. Hey, Laura, good to see you. How are you doing? I'm late. I got the 30 minutes notice, but lost track of time. And no notice for when you actually went live. Oh, really? Wow, that's well, that's weird. But I'm here already for a while. How are you doing, Laura? How's the family? Our Mother's Day is the 2nd Sunday of May. Yeah, I think it's the same here. We are fine. Rain drove us inside today after more than a week of nice and hot weather. Ah, nice. Well, the hot weather is gone here too. Should have some rain during the week. Might even have some raining during the walking that we're gonna do, but that's okay. We'll survive. It's all fine. It's part of the experience. But yeah, I'm happy that the warm days with like almost 30 degrees are over for now. Not a big fan of that warm weather. I'm better at like 22, 23 degrees. Nice cool breeze. I'm better with that. Right, we need more dried fish storage, so let's get this up to 1,000. We might also start to store some dried fish in here. Only thing is, we're not selling it out here yet. So might have to set this up to be sold. So we might need another market stall out here. Can we fit it in? Nope, I was afraid of that. I do want to sell it though, because it's a waste if we don't. So let's just sell soaps. Dried fish. I was going way too far down. Anything we can also sell some salt, by the way. Now that we have salt, people will actually buy it and they will like it if you can provide them. So apply to all and apply to all. Hey, Kello, welcome in, welcome in. Good to see you. How are you doing? Alright, let's do apply to all, so some of the ladies go out here. We don't need them in here for a while, but at least we get another dried fruit patch in a few years. Playing Subnautica 1 right now. Nice. Is it good? People are suggesting Subnautica 2 to me. I'm not sure yet, but is it good? You're playing 1, of course, but that's already fun. 2 can also be nice. We're doing okay. Kiddo's making a milk run because they forgot in yesterday's trip to... So, okay. Well, nice that they can do that. Walking is good. I used to do the Kennedy Marsh 50-mile walk for fun. Record time for me was 9.5 hours. Ah, nice, nice, nice. Yeah, we usually did the 10K when I was young and also when I was a bit older. We tried to always do it in 2 hours, which usually we did. Hey, the church is ready. We have 293 people, so that's perfectly in time. We're just gonna leave it there in the forest for now. Not gonna do anything with it, but hey, it's good that we have it. Want this cart parking up? Subnautica 1 scared the poop out of me in places. It's awesome. Oh, are there like very scary underwater creatures and all? I mean, the thing in games like that that's holding me back from it is the fighting, because I'm not really into fighting stuff. So, I mean, every now and then in a game I do some fighting, but I prefer not to. So, you know, if I can skip it all together, then I will. But yet, you know, it looked kind of cool, Subnautica 2, and it looked like there was quite some freedom in it. So you could just, you know, have fun with the game instead of having a railroaded experience. So that looked pretty nice. Kiddos just returned now. Oh, nice. Hello, kiddos. Welcome home. Hope all went well. Nothing. Finally, my family will be complete again in a few days. My wife and kids finally will be back. Oh, finally. Nice, nice. Very good. Happy for you. Where have they been so long? I quite like it, considered by Subnautica when I saw that Subnautica is only a couple of bucks. Ah, so you bought one first and now you enjoy it. Okay, cool. Yes, but no spoilers. There's no much combat, if any, really. It's all about exploration. Ah, okay. Well, that's good. That's good, because, you know, I don't want to do a lot of fighting, but if it's nice. I played Subnautica 2. I like the building and exploration. Most of the combative creatures don't do much damage except Leviathan. Yeah, well, that's probably in the name. There is no fighting at all in Subnautica. There are dangerous creatures, but I can only flee from them. Ah, okay. Okay. Well, then, I don't know. I could consider getting 2 then. And maybe showcase it as well on the channel. I mean, I did enjoy Planet Crafter. And also had some fun streaming that. And we completed the game, which was also pretty cool. One of the first games we actually completed. Okay, they're all doing the dried fishing now. As soon as the fishing is over, they can make the nets. But right now, there's so much fish to be done. That's a problem. These have nets for the next one. This still needs one more net. But they do have the threats, so that is the good news. I like that. Promise I'm not. Limited combat in Sub 2 will come, but as the dev said, it's more about exploration and the story. Ah, okay, okay, cool. Guess you would like it. It's quite like Planet Crafter, just underwater. Well, that makes it quite different, so that's cool. They're at my in-laws' house for a few months. Ooh, that's a long time. That's a long time. So I guess you'll be really happy when they come home. So in a couple of days you'll be reunited. That's good. Hope you'll have a good time. No carts for delivery. Well, there's a cart there for delivery, but okay. Keep complaining. These are not out of stuff, but might be time to move the forester again. We are really taking care of this big forest here, though. I mean, look on the map how big the forest was, and look what we did with it. We really took a big chunk of forest out already. That's my game. We always kill the forest. But thanks for all the tips and info on Subnautica. I will seriously consider it now. Reminds me of me getting my 2 category in walking tourism when I was young and springy. Ah, nice, nice, nice. Be right back. Need coffee. That's a vital one, so you get your coffee. Still get all these cart icons, but we haven't built a lot of available cart sheds at the moment. We have a few, but not too many. So that might be part of the problem right now. Might have to invest in a few more cars. And we still didn't really do anything with this. So let's start making this happen. And then what we could do, probably, let's take a look here. 7,000 in here. This one is 2,000. It's only 400 on the way. So what we can tell these guys to do is take 7,000 and put it in there. And that's now a special delivery. And now those cart guys can do that. They'll be keeping them busy for a bit. But it will be a good one. And it will be helpful to generate more iron for us. Buckwheat 7,000. Potatoes 7,000. Okay, let's check for last year. Total food. Last year we produced 52,000 food. We sold 24,000, so only half of it. So we should have some food left for now. Wow. Okay, so food production is okay. We can have food for quite a few more people. Only problem with sub 2 right now is the story so far is around 10 hours of straight play. The base building is the best part after exploring the depths. Yeah, but sub 2 is in early access right now, isn't it? So did they just reveal a short part of the story, or is there just not much story and don't they have plans to add more to it? Because if they don't really plan to add a lot more to it, then that might be not so nice. But, you know, if it's just what it is and there'll be a lot more story coming at some point, then it can still be worth it, I guess. Isn't it part of military training to do a 24-hour march? Here you have to do 80 kilometers in 16 hours. Yeah, it depends a bit on which branch, you know, but I know someone in the Marines and they have to go on their final like exercise and all. They'll be gone for like 2 weeks, and the last thing is actually a very long march home to their barracks where they get their ceremony and all. But that's like a 24-hour march, so should be in there. Yeah, it's early access. Basically, the game thus far is Act 1 only. Ah, okay. Well, that's nice. But I don't know. I hope they really keep developing it then, though, and make it very nice and big. That would be very good. Okay, so food-wise, we just checked. We're good. We have 3,000 money now, so that is nice. And if we take a look at the wealth distribution, we can see that almost everybody has between 20 and 40. So that's very good. The total population wealth is almost 3,000. Together with our money, we are up to over 6,000 now. Which means that from the 2,000 we started with, we've gained another 4,000 just by doing sales. Which I think is pretty good. We have a very functional economy. We can actually make money with our town. Kinda happy with it. I will be for sure to buy sub 2 before September. Okay, nice, nice, nice. You think your military training is hard? Check out what the SAS and British military have to go through. Yeah, well, you know, it's all the special branches and stuff in every country. They have to do hard stuff. I'm always a bit like, there's always like this fight going on for who's the toughest and who has the hardest training and all. That's all just, you know. It's like a little peeing contest. They all do hard training, they all do their stuff, and why even bother with that stuff? It's a great mixture between zen and scary. Well, I'm not very good with scary, but might make for nice streams, you know. You hear me screaming every now and then. Now every time I just have to scream, "Weet!" But then it'll just be a little bit different screams when I get really scared. And I might lose a bit of sleep over it, but that's it. Alright, we're almost up to the 5,000 number with the limestone. Actually, the 292 that comes in, that will get us over that. Then we can get another layer. Oh, no, then I think it's done. That it will start to burn. Or do we get 4 layers? 3 layers of each. And then it will start to burn. And then we get the quicklime, and then we can turn that into lime. And we need that lime at some point for the tanners. Now we also need a slaughterhouse for that, and the question is, do we already have the amount of animals to get slaughtering? This one already has 19, so we might be getting close to that. So I'm actually going to prep for it now, get workers in here, and make sure that we are all ready for slaughtering, and then also for making sure that we get the tanner up and running. So let's get people in here so that they can start to collect stuff for the first batch. I think that will be good. There's a 24-hour march of 40 kilometers in infantry. I meant 8 days of traversing of 240 kilometers of terrain. Tour of through the degree. Okay, nice, nice. Basic training in the UK involves a romp across the Bricon beacons. A few years ago, 3 cadets died during the exercise. Oh, that's one way to separate them. I finished always in front of the British at the Nijmegen's 4 days at 4 kilometers a day. I was 16, not implementing anything. Me neither, not scary in a conventional way. Oh, now you get me really excited. It'll be interesting. Hey, Cat, good to see you. How are you doing? How's the family? How's Mishka? Hope you're good. 1 point for sub 2 is that it is multiplayer and I'd sign up for a stream or two. Oh, cool. So we can play that multiplayer. Oh, that's nice. That's a good one. That's a good one. US Marines and SAS soldiers was invited to train with the Swedish North Special Force. They could not keep up first day. Fail on swim from one. Oh, wow. One ISIL to another 60 meters away. That was the first day and they keep failing. Well, I bet they beated the Swedish soldiers in the deep frying contest, so, you know. They all have their own specialities. Sub 2 is also up to 4-player multiplayer. Cool, 4-player multiplayer, that can be fun. So that could be something to do then. Do a little bit of 4-player multiplayer with Subnautica. Okay, cool, thanks. Welcome back, Laura. Hope you have a nice coffee. Well, looks like most of this does get a bit emptied out, but not too much. So we have to add an extra lady in here. And what if we do labor by hands for a little bit? Because then a couple of ladies can come in and they can actually start taking some stuff out of these. Get it organized here. And then we can turn that off again. See, because there's plenty of ladies available. It's just there's not a lot of men available to do all the transportation work. So this might be handy to get stuff really in here. See, now they're collecting 500 nails, some iron, some charcoal. Yep, this is good. I like it. I like it. Are they done with their special delivery already? No, they're not done yet because it's still open here. They only moved 2,200. Yeah, they're probably... They get to work, they pick up their cart, they pick up 400, they deliver it there, then they go back home because they're tired. That's probably how it's going right now. Oh well. Vanilla latte flavor in the little Keurig pot. Nice. Yeah, nice little cooler. That's good. Managed to get some models sealed today before any rain comes. Oh, well done, Cat. Nice, nice. You still have a lot of commissions to work on? Fish and chippies is the superfood of the British Army. Ooh, messenger from Balaklia again. Do we need iron? No, not yet. Although, I want to ramp production up a bit because we aren't really meeting the needs right now. Might help though, because now this is full. This has charcoal here. So they can quickly work, basically. And they can't work anyway. So we should be good for a bit. And otherwise we can always import a little bit of iron. Probably should get more smelters and all soon. Luckily we did get the church in time though. So now we are already past 300 people without even paying attention to it. Because we were in time with that. That's nice. I'll be permanently, for the foreseeable future, be closing commissions after this year. I can't deal with the pressure and burnout they give me, but I feel more peaceful now that I've made that decision. Well, very good then that you made that decision. I mean, those decisions can be really tough, especially since, on one hand, of course, you really love to do all the jobs, but it's too much pressure and all, you know, then I guess that's the only right decision to make, and you made it, so that's good. You can be proud of yourself. Well done. So what's the idea then? Are you then just going to make nice stuff, go to fairs and all that, and just make the stuff that you enjoy? Or are you going to still just make nice horses and then see if someone will buy them without them being a commission? Or I'm booked out this year. Oh, wow. So that you do get a lot of commissions then. Nice. I'll be able to focus on models, just a hobby for me, and do some YouTubes and things that make me happy. Very good, Cat. You should do things that make you happy. That's amazing. That's good. That's good. Art stops to inspire the creator and it becomes a craft. Yeah, well, there's nothing wrong with a craft, but your happiness is the most important thing. I'll be doing sales pieces and personal ones still within the model hobby. But also have more time for myself and go to festivals and stuff. Nice! So you can sell more of your other cool creations. Are you also still like making those nice pieces where you do burn stuff in wood and all, and or your leather works and that kind of thing? You do make a lot of very nice things for festivals and all. Oh man, they really need to make another fishing net. Something should stay hobbies, not business, to keep the happiness. Exactly. That's usually how it goes. Hemp seeds. We still have plenty of hemp seeds. Thought we dropped them in a bill. Yeah, see, they have hemp seeds in here. So, okay. Well, with these extra houses, we can attract the extra men that we need, but we also need a few... We don't really need a few extra ladies, but still, you know, it'll be fine. How are we doing here? We have one good bull. We have one good... Oh, two. Here's also two. And there's plenty of bulls around now, so we can order the extra plow for this farm. Didn't need it this time because, you know, it's already done, but let's give it the extra plow. Why not? Why not? Yes, I'll be making leather and wood stuff. I enjoyed it very much. Moving into clothing making too now. Nice. And will that also be like real people size clothing or just clothing for smaller miniatures and all? Alright, no bull to slaughter here. No bull to slaughter here. There's one to slaughter here, but I'm not going to do that because we need more hides if we really want to get into tanning. And we're not getting that yet, see? I have no hides yet, but they collected everything for the first batch. So as soon as we can get 500 cow hides, we should be good. There's no slaughtering yet, but that is going to happen soon. How many years do cows and bull live? Ooh, well, bulls can easily get to like 15, and I believe cows too. It varies a bit from animal to animal, but you can usually best see it in your salt works and stuff, because that's of course where they grow old. What happens in the cow shed is, let me pick one right here. This one has 20 animals now. So what will happen is, as soon as we get another newborn, the cow shed will be too full. And that means that the oldest cow will get slaughtered away. And that way you will always have fresh animals coming in. So usually you will not really see how old your cows can get, because you will always get new ones and they will replace the older ones. So usually they don't get that old because they'll be slaughtered by then. But they can get somewhere, I believe, between like 12 and 15, 16, something like that. But it will depend a bit, so it's not like a fixed number, like that date, and then they'll die off. It'll vary a bit. And of course, welcome in, Pillow Maker. Hope you're all good. But yeah, as soon as this is full, then we will start to see the first cows being slaughtered at some point. This one is full, this one not. This one 18, 16. So what we could actually do is move 2 cows over so that we make space ourselves manually. So that we don't get any cows slaughtered. And the same goes for horses and all. They can all get pretty old. Just make sure you have some for replacement. And of course, that is what the manager is for in here. If you have a manager in here and you have enough bulls, and an oxen dies, for instance, an oxen on one of your plows die, you can see this ox is already 6 years old. Then if you have a manager in here, they can actually turn a bull into an oxen and replace it on the farm. So that's what this manager does. If you don't do that, or you do that manually yourself, then you don't need a manager. In conclusion, animals live till they die. Yeah, that's true. That goes for most things alive. They are alive until they are dead. Then they are no longer alive. That's very true. Oxtards die from high age from 12 to 17. Rarely got older than 17, 18 years old. Yeah, exactly. So they can start to die somewhere from 12 years on. But it's not that likely. We do have a lot of space on this farm now, though. It was full last year, so how are we doing on the food? Buckwheat still 6,000. We have dried fish, we have a bit of dried fruit. We're really using the dried fruit, though. That's good. We'll get a new batch in soon. Potatoes still 5,000. Milk, we're using up all the milk. That's good. We have a little bit of perishment of potatoes, and that's it. Only potatoes. So it's not going that bad, food-wise. We're good. Is there a way to do a passive run and let old ones out to pasture for their last years without slaughtering? That could be if you build a special cow shed and then put all the bulls in there until it's full and then stop doing anything with it, and then you move on to the next, and then they will at some point slowly die out. Cows, as far as I know, will keep producing offspring even if they're already like 12, 13, 14 years old. So I don't think it will say anything here about that, but I believe they can give, they can have babies all their life. So you just have to build a lot extra, and then, you know, keep them moving to other cow sheds that aren't full yet. That's a way to keep that going. And if you can only use the bulls in one, because then of course they won't get offspring. And then you can fill up one and wait until they die. What happens if a cow dies but there's no butcher building, or the stable gets too full and there's no butcher? Then they just die. It's the same as when they die of thirst or lack of food. They will just die and be immediately removed from the map. There's also no way, if you build a butcher afterward, that butcher can still do something with it. That's just not going to happen. Alright, this order is getting close to being done. So then they're just gone. So that is an extra reason, I think, to make sure that you have your butcher, so that it should be able to slaughter those animals, so you get the best resources out of them. And of course, always make sure an animal is at least 1 year old before you slaughter it, because then you get 100 meat and 100 hides. If it's like let's say, I don't know, 10 months old, then you might only get 90 meat out of it and 90 cow hides. So only once a bull or a cow is 1 year old or older, you get the full yield out of it in terms of meat and hides. Anything below that and you get less, which is why I always wait for bulls to turn 1 before I start slaughtering them if I have too many bulls, because then at least you get the full hide / meat. Which brings to mind that we should start to set up a bit of beef. Not much, because, you know, you don't get that high numbers, especially not with the amount of stuff that we have. Is there something that we could switch out? Well, we have a lot of potatoes and buckwheat and flour for sale, so we can do this one for beef, and then it should be good. And then at least, as soon as we do get a cow slaughtered, then we'll get the beef out on the market, and they will eat it before it spoils. But you cannot take animals out from farms or saltworks and let them be retired. Yeah, you need to have them in a cow shed, basically, because in winter they can also not be in pasture, so they need to be connected to a cow shed. And as long as it's not full, then they won't be automatically slaughtered. I do believe, but I'm not 100% sure, but maybe Cooper knows, or Vladimir, but I do believe once they reach the old age where they should die, they will probably still be taken to the butcher if they are in a cow shed. But I'm not sure about that. But I don't think they will actually die of old age in the cow shed. I think by that time they should be taken to the slaughterhouse. But I'm not 100% sure. Slaughterhouse workers will deliver animals for slaughter when livestock limit is reached, or when specific animal is marked for slaughter. Okay, so they don't pick them up when they are too old, apparently. To deliver adult pigs, the worker will need carts. Note that they can't use the carts from the cart shed. Slaughterhouse can only use carts from cart parkings. Chickens are slaughtered by the coop. From slaughtered animals, you will get a meat of a specific type. Yeah, we've talked about that. Okay. So, I guess you can let them die off from old age in your cow sheds, because it doesn't say that any age-related picking up. So, oh, that could be interesting. It's because they didn't pay taxes into the retirement fund. Exactly. Should have done that. They didn't pay, and now it's all moo-moo. Because they didn't pay. Well, we are kind of getting close to building another full circle. As we are talking about the life and death of cows, which is also kind of a full circle. How poetic. Starts to look like a cozy village, though. I mean, I kind of like it. It's not bad, and it's actually kind of more round than I was actually expecting in the beginning. It's kind of working out. I mean, basically everything is straight in the game, except for the rounds in the trees, of course. But you know, even though the houses themselves are straight, we can still kind of make a circle. Now I just want the birch trees in. There we go. Cows are tasty. Never had a bull not doing anything in the shed. No point when they only should cost food, not doing any for it. Yeah, that's true. That's true. But you know, it's it'll be interesting. I mean, there's a lot of challenges that you can challenge yourself in with the game. Like right now, we're doing a town without any garden houses, which for some people sounds like a horror game, which should be really tough. Well, so far you can see we have 331 people, 2 farms, and we manage. So, you know, it's doable. It's not that hard. Just give it a go, know the game mechanics a bit, and you can do it. You take a look at right now, it's May, that we still have 17,000 food stored, so that's good. We already produced a bit of food this year, 14,000. We just have to make more. And more and more. Luckily, soon enough the harvest will come in, so that's gonna be good. Life and death and emperors and cabbages. Welcome back, cat. Depends on the age of the cow. I guess. Oh, look at how nice. Now the trees get big. And now you can really see what it looks like to be in the marketplace here. In the central square, nice people sitting around. We still have the starting area. I kind of like that. I wish we had more decorations like that, but I say that every stream. And we see the wells. I like it. Such a beautiful game. And now I see we didn't plant any trees out here. That's not right. Messenger from Balaklia, okay. We'll check that soon. There we go, full circle on the trees. Anything we need to get here? Are we out of iron? Nope, still 500 iron, so it's stabilized. That's good. That means that we now really produce some iron that we can use. But as soon as winter comes, that's probably why we were lower and lower, because winter came. So let's just make sure we have enough for a while by buying an extra 500. Just as a little bit of insurance. We do have a lot of clothing. Are we selling clothing? No. Let's start selling some clothing. No. Because we can, yeah, we can sell clothing here. Let's sell some clothing out here. 1,000. Deal. Bye. And, ooh, look at that. We have 9,757 quicklime. We can now put workers in the lime works and start to make some lime. And that lime will be really helpful. Because that's what we need for the thatch, for the tannery. That actually needs the lime. Now, did I set this up to accept lime? Yes, okay, good. Still no cowhides in, so we didn't slaughter an animal yet, which is pretty good. I mean, we already are 8 years in the game. We have already got cows for multiple years, because some are already 6 years old, so we got those, so that we have them for at least 5 years. We haven't slaughtered a single animal yet, because we have been spreading them around. But this one now has 17, 20, 20. So, yeah, there will be animals slaughtered anytime soon. And if we take a look at the bulls, then this one doesn't have anything of it. This one has one available. None. Oh, only one. Yeah, still only one. So yeah, we're gonna hold off on that. But we'll see. We'll see. So how's your house search going, Cat? Did you some viewings and all, or did you kind of stop searching for a bit, or how's that going? Ooh, we made the first lime. Nice. I think at some point, once we get to this side of the river, we'll probably just build a lime works all the way here, because this is where the lime is. But for now, at least we make our own lime. And it's being stored straight away. How lovely. I like it. Not a house with food issues. Oh, they just got married, so they just have to collect some stuff. That's it. We will see more and more. Whoa, that's a family of 8. Nice. We will see more and more people getting married now, by the way. Because lots and lots of people get of age now. So they will start to get married. So the more houses we build now, we won't get as many migrants as before. People will also just get married, which is fine. I don't mind that for a second. But it's just a thing I noticed. Currently, Mom and I are looking to move together since our house is being sold this year. So seeing how that goes. Ah, okay. Okay. Hope you can find a very nice place together. Maybe you have more luck together. That's just full, but yeah, that's okay. 222 metal parts, almost 2,000 nails. Almost 1,000 iron now, but that's probably because we bought some, or is that still on the way? No, that's already delivered. Okay, good. I like it. Three plows. 3 plows. Yep, that works. Soon enough, they're going to do the harvest again. New families settling in town. We still have to do some expansion out here too. By the way, people, just a little heads up, but it's past 10 here now. We have been doing 2 hours of streaming. And since tomorrow I have to get up really early, I will not even be getting little one to school. Wifey will actually do that because I have to attend a very early funeral and work there. And of course, after that, I'll be home for a bit. Then I have to pick up little one from school, and then we're going to prepare for our evening walk with the avondvierdaagse. So I will, in a few minutes, end this little lovely stream and make sure that I get a good sleep for this night, because I'm going to need it. So if you still have any questions or suggestions, send them out right now. I can now still answer and help you out. Soon enough, that might not be possible. Let's do 2,000 because, you know, we have plenty of salt. And I'm going to get rid of the buckwheat. So let's make that temporary. We'll set this to 2,000. That should do the trick. But yeah, I have a very busy week actually, because I also have to do a funeral on Tuesday, and of course 4 nights in a row, 4 evenings in a row we walk. But before that I have to get food up and ready and all, also because wife is very busy this week. And I also need to do some channel work and some other things, so I need some good sleep. And with the warm weather I always sleep I don't know. I do get good sleeps, but it feels like I sleep a bit lighter or something like that. So I'm always a bit tired after warmer periods. A sweet friend of mine gifted me a copy of 7 Days to Die today. I'm excited to play it finally. Nice, nice. Don't get too scared, but let's have a lot of fun with that. Let us know how it goes in another stream. Curious to hear how that goes. Thanks for a nice stream, Patmos, and take care during the busy week. Oh, thank you, thank you. Oh, we'll be fine, we'll be fine. Thanks a lot. That goes for all of you. You all hopefully have a great week. Whatever you're going to do, whether you're busy or just having a lot of time off, or if you're already retired, although a lot of retired people are actually very busy usually. But you know, you all take care. Have a very good time. And I will do my best to be back Wednesday. No guarantees though. Because I will be walking and I don't know how late we get back. And if it's after 8, I'm not going to do a stream. So I will not be planning a stream. If I get back in time, I will just let you know a little bit beforehand and just go live. And then you can all, you know, get a notification and see me. But there's a good chance when we're really late or whatever, that I won't be streaming because we'll be doing the walk. Also on Wednesday and Tuesday and Thursday. So you'll be hopefully seeing me on Wednesday, or maybe not, but you know, it'll be fine. Then I should be back on Friday. And of course, thanks so much for all the nice chats. And we actually learned stuff about why a cooler drink sounds different in your mouth and stuff like that. It was really nice. So thank you all so much. Have a great time. Take care. And I just really appreciate you all being in my chat, being so nice to each other, being so nice and friendly and supportive. To me, it really means a lot. And, you know, I just love to see you next time. For now, bye-bye. Zwaai zwaai. And see you later.